Okay, you guys can action.
Okay, is dit reg?
Yes.
Right, Riaan, thank you for meeting us here.
Yeah, pleasure.
I'm Kyle from Die
It's a
Masjiene.
real treat, really. Pleasure to meet you guys.
How did you guys come about to orchestrating this whole entire scene at Strav? How did you guys plan this?
Well, initially, like I have my own kind of part of the circus collective called the Trash Cabaret, which is like a band backing these crazy circus dancers and different types of acrobats and things. We'd put on our own events in Cape Town. And Conrad saw the video and he's like, I need this on my beach. This needs to open the party. You know,
That's something he would say.
Yeah, exactly. And Conrad, he's a mole. So we spent a year talking about how we're going to make it work and figure it out. So we're cool. Let's figure out how we can get people there. And yeah, we found a couple people from Jersey and found different performers from all around and brought them all together.
Are you guys going to do anything like that again?
Well, yes, definitely. Not today, but today will be, we're our own kind of circus with a band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But we're definitely going to do it again, that kind of Trash Cabaret vibe. We're definitely going to be back at Strap next year doing it.
Of course, that's probably the best place to do it. But are you guys going to try and do the whole canoe thing where you guys crowd surf on the canoe? That was probably the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life.
That happened because up the creek, that's the kind of festival where obviously the crowd is huge, and it just made sense where there's lots of boats. So, and everyone's got these little
Bring us some boats.
Exactly. So we got some boats from people. Literally were like, "Hey, we can use your boat. We got an idea."
How long have you guys been a band together? Like, for how long have you guys been together as Crimson House?
As Crimson House, well, Crimson House Blues initially started out in 2010, and then in 2013 we met Nick through the circus. Actually, met him in the circus. We brought him in for some recordings. We're like, "Well, come for some gigs," and then he just kind of became this part of the crew. We're like, "Okay, we like horns," so we met Gareth as well through Trash Cabaret, and he came in and we're like, "Okay, we really like this guy." He literally spent a year and a half gigging with us without being an official member.
Wow.
Yeah, he just showed up to every gig. We're like, "Well, I guess he kind of likes it. So maybe we should make it official."
You might as well just stay.
Yeah, stick around. So then, as the sixth piece, we've been, I'd say, since 2014 as Crimson House with the full horn section and everything.
So have you guys, since Up the Creek and all festivals like that, have you guys been traveling a lot prior?
Prior to that, we traveled way more. This year, we've had a bit more of a kind of local and South African vibe. Last year, we were doing a bit of the Caribbean and a bit of the States. For the last 3 years, we've been going to the States during winter. So this winter, we decided to stick around.
Just check it out, South Africa
yeah.
for a while. What is next for Crimson House?
Well, next for us, we're working on our new album, which is just completely different from everything we've done before. It's like a whole new sound with a great new producer, and the songs are like on a whole different level. So we're going to spend the next year really perfecting that album, because we're 5 tracks in, but we want to make sure the other 7 are just as good or better. They have to be.
Take your time.
Yeah.
And we're releasing one single at a time. So a kind of 5-year plan, I wouldn't say we have much of one, because the 5-year plan is to like keep it alive.
Yeah, that's what I hate that fucking question.
But I guess it's the idea is just travel as much as possible, play to as many audiences as possible, and get our music out to as many people as possible.
Yeah, you guys created your own genre.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that genre come to mind? What, jungle, gypsy rock?
Gypsy jungle music.
Yeah.
Well,
how did that come to mind?
We've been playing getting also with the circus influence. We've been playing a lot of gypsy music. We've been learning Romanian songs and Italian songs and these traditional circus things. And with that, it came into our style. We're like, okay, we like this vibe, but we also love that I call it like the Bodilly beat. You're like. They call it the jungle groove. Like if you say to any drummer ever, you're like, play me a jungle groove. You're like, I know what you mean.
Do the Africa face.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, we're doing gypsy music, we're doing jungle music, so I guess that's gypsy jungle music.
What? Because I saw it, and if you think about it, if you have to tell someone else about Crimson House, my cousin was sitting right next to me. He was like, "Are you gonna come to Park Acoustics?" So who's playing? I said, "Well, you really need to see Crimson House. Like, what do they play?" It's like jungle gypsy music. Like, what? How do you process that information from a perspective where someone hasn't heard anything like that? It kind of makes you curious and inquisitive at the same time.
Yeah,
Don't get a response ever that just, oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Blues rock.
That's nice. I love that style.
Exactly. We started out as a blues rock band, and as time went on, it was just like just so many other influences coming in. We didn't want to pigeonhole ourselves, so we also took it was Crimson House Blues. We dropped that blues. So
Yes.
Crimson House, make of it what you will.
So you guys can basically cater to the crowd. Basically, if you can see what the crowd is like, you guys can basically get people jumping to anything that you guys are.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are awesome.
And we got quite a bit. I mean, 4 albums under our belt, so we're on the way to 4 albums. So it's like quite a collection of songs, and so we can really, with an audience, we also see like what's the vibe. We'll change our set if we see the vibe is different from what that song needs to be.
How do you guys go through the recruitment process to see if this guy is actually good enough to play with us?
Well, and the idea, like with us, we've been lucky. I mean, when we started the band, I got Christoph and Jock and Hara, and that was the first 4 that we were like a 4-piece. And those guys are still there. Then we just added, so we've never like lost somebody. And with collaborators, we've had hundreds of collaborators and people who we love who meet on the road and be like, oh man, you play amazing harmonica or violin, like Luca Hart who plays violin, and Loza who sings, and just bring in friends and we meet along the way. They're like, yeah, you should get involved, especially if they're in the area. Like, I get on stage.
Please come on in.
Yeah, join us, especially drummers, because they don't have to rehearse. just get some sticks and hit some shit.
I had a big question in my head before meeting you. Is this guy normal? Like, is it, like watching you on stage, that character, that circus conductor yelling, and how far is that from the actual you? How far is it?
Not too far.
It's not too far?
To get a few beers in me and bring my
Oh,
stage.
yeah.
Kom, so suck that.
Because it really looks like it comes natural. It doesn't look like an act.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't look fake.
It's formed itself organically.
Yes.
Like the character and everything. It's just-
But the pirate accent, does it normally come out behind the mic, or do you use it in everyday life as or when ordering like milk?
I imagine I'm ordering a pizza and give me the pepperoni.
Depends how many tequilas I've had. It really has to do with rum and tequila.
Oh, yeah.
And in Mozambique, the pirate came out way more because I was rummed.
Yes.
Tipo tinto for days.
If you drink rum before 10 o'clock in the morning, you're not alcoholic, you're
And
a
then you have
pirate.
the pink lips because you've been going hard on. Yeah.
Pink tongue and
It's like everybody's 12-year birthday.
It's like,
2 days of it to be done, and it feels like my liver's failing.
but people get weird on Tipi Tinto. It's funny to see, like, people are like, you know, get that one eye open.
You might think you're sexy in your head, but you're in Mozambique.
But you got pink stains coming down.
I'm dead in the eyes of God. Yeah, yeah. I'm dead in the eyes of God. I'm dead in the eyes of God.
Masjiene,